Say that one more time.
Okay, so like when the number at the top is gonna be bigger than the bottom one, that's when you could like
A mixed number.
right.
Exactly. That's where mixed numbers come from, right?
Right.
When it's top heavy, when the big top is too big, it's going to be bigger than 1. So it's going to have a whole piece to it, and a fractional piece to it. Oh yeah. All right. So going off what Don just said, if I look at 4.5%, we just figured out that should be 45 over 1,000, right, as a fraction. Not reduced yet.
It's we did a second ago.
Because you move the decimal point to the
Yeah.
right.
Because it would be 4.5 out of 100, but I can't have a decimal in a fraction. It's either a decimal or it's a fraction. So how do you make that decimal disappear? You multiply the top and bottom by 10, because then the decimal is going to move over 1, right? Got it with me? So it's going to happen in the homework. If they ask you for a fraction and you have a decimal somewhere in there, that's no good. Right? You just move it over until it's gone. It's very much like when you divide decimals. Don't you have to move it over until the number on the outside is whole?
Yeah.
Same damn thing here. You move it over until the top is whole, and then you're good. Now look at this. How do you change this into a decimal?
Sorry, that's
No, it isn't.
Sorry.
It's a percentage. So when I say change it to a decimal, I mean a real decimal. Not the percentage that humans made up. Math doesn't understand this, to be honest.
It'd be 0.5.
Math is like, what the hell is that? I have to give it the decimal represent. That's the real number. So move it which way?
2 times the less.
To the back.
Yeah, once, twice.
So 0.05.
So once, twice, 0.45. Now what place is this in? Tenths, hundreds, thousands. There you go. So that's why it's 45 thousandths. It's a whole other reason why. I like it. The reason we didn't do that here is because the problem said you had to go straight from percent to fraction.
Would it make a difference, like, when I'm doing homework, like 0.045?
Don't think I didn't catch that. To do what now? Sorry?
Like to put a 0 before
Oh,
the
no,
decimal point.
that's perfect.
Because that's the only way I can understand. It doesn't make a difference, right?
Not mathematically, it just makes it easier to tell. Yeah.
How about 10 and 1 over 3%?
So you have 10 and a third percent.
Yeah, change it to a fraction or a decimal.
So here's how you do this. Ready? This is kind of neat. You ready? So isn't percentage division by 100?
Yeah.
So I could rewrite this as 10 and 1/3 divided by
100. That's what his peach spelling. Better be the math people calling you better.
I can write that as 10 and a third divided by 100, right?
So 3 and 1 to 100, 3 and 100.
Let's see. You gotta do this step by step. How do I divide fractions?
Sorry.
That's right. How do I divide fractions?
Multiplying by the opposite.
Okay, good. So this would be 10 and 1/3 times
1 over 100.
1 over 100. You with me? Now, well, how did I get there? What does a percent symbol mean?
100.
Percent means division by 100, right? So I can write this as 10 and a third divided by 100 because that's what that symbol means. Now, how do I multiply these? What's wrong with this part? What can I do with this part to make this easier?
Make it one fraction.
10,
Make it a single fraction, exactly. How do I do that?
10 times 3 plus 1.
3 times 10 is 30 plus 1,
31.
31 over 3
I remember that shit too.
times 1 over 100 is
31 over 300.
done. So we converted that to a fraction. Any way you do this, anytime you want to go from percent to something else, a fraction or a decimal, you're using the fact that the percentage symbol means out of 100. So here I used it in a slightly different way. I just said, okay, it's out of 100. Because then I could just work this out. I can see what fraction that is. So everything you do related to converting percentages to something else is based on the fact that this symbol means out of 100 or divided by 100. Everything we just did today is based on that fact. So if you rewrite it, it should just work out. So let me do this. Let me show you exactly the kind of problem I would put on a test. We'll try to finish this before Don gets back. Decimal. Percent. Get out. Fraction. So this should look a little familiar. Right, this kind of thing I did with the percent in words, decimal kind of thing. So if I had all right, so take a minute. I'm telling you this exactly. You're going to have a problem just like this on the next test.
Oh, a chart like that? Kind
Yep.
of like with the ones, thousands, and
You
stuff?
got it. So you have to fill this in. So you have to take 0.03 and make it into a percentage and a fraction, so forth. So don't say anything. Yep. Do it for yourself at the moment.
Wait, decimal percent?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's our 7.1.
And what's that, keep it down?
Yeah. Got there. You got it.
I ain't scared of that.
I thought she was talking to a dude. Why she say, by the way, you look pretty?
Oh, that's a dude?
She was talking to a dude.
Sounds like my kind of dude.
And then she said,
It's like,
he's out there.
Hey.
He's waiting for you.
I'll take her. Do her voice, please.
I want to point something out. If you have the decimal, isn't it easy to go to the fraction?
It is, but the last one, it's like, it's a decimal and a percentage at the same time. So it's
Right.
hard.
It's a percentage.
Change when you go outside.
Remember, when you say decimal form, you mean it's a real number. It's not a percentage. This is a percentage that has a decimal in it. So it's a percentage. When I say change it to decimal, I mean get rid of the percent symbol. That would make it a real decimal. So let me make sure everybody's all right. On the first one, what'd you get?
3%?
Yeah, you just got to move this sucker over twice. So from D to P, you go there. And of course, the fraction's going to be
3 over 100.
good, because percent means over 100, or this is tenths, hundredths. So they all agree. Thank God.
That is, wait. That is 1.92 the decimals.
I think I get you. Yeah, 0, 1, and 2. With the decimal in front, and you're right. Exactly.
And then fraction be 192% to 1,000.
Gotta be careful. The percent symbol means out of 100, right? But don't worry, you just did something that makes the fraction part easier. You got the decimal. It should be easy to go from that to the fraction. You don't have to go from the percent to the fraction.
What'd you get for that?
There's no percent in fraction, right?
So you could have like 1/3%. You could have a mixture of the two, right? But that, so like we had here, 10 and 1/3%.
Yeah.
You have to do kind of weirder stuff to get somewhere with it, yeah. Who's got a, what are you guys doing for this one?
I put 2% and 0.02 for decimal part.
I times
If
by
it was,
four.
wait, 2%.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I said 2. Never mind.
Yeah, okay.
It'd be 8 over 100.
I love it. So the long way to do this problem is to do 25 into 2 and not coming down. If you tried that, that's beautiful. Nothing wrong with that. There's just a shortcut for this specific one. Can you make the bottom 100?
Yeah, times it by 4.
Yeah, so multiply by 4. Because if you can make that out of 100, then that, what percent is this? 8%. Cool.
Yeah.
Oh,
Again.
And of course that
That
sets.
make it .008,
why 4?
right?
Second.
Why multiply?
Why was, if I told you, what is this as a percent?
30 over 10.
No.
What is 7 over 100 as a percent?
0.0.
7%, right?
Yeah.
Because percent means out of 100. So if I can make this fraction over 100, it's that percent. I'm done. 7 over 100 is 7%. If I can make this 2 over 25 become something over 100, it's easy.
Oh,
Now, real quick, guys, the other way to do this is to do this way. 8 times 25 is 200, yeah? So 0.08, and then move it over once, twice to make it 8%. But it's easier to do this. How do you go from percent to decimal? You move it back twice. I like it. So the decimal number is always going to be smaller than the percentage number part was. That's another way to kind of make sure you went the right way. What about this dude? What's that as a decimal?
0.0092.
Good, because you can move it once, twice that way. And it's always easier to go to fraction for these weird decimal part percentages. Just make it a pure decimal, and then it's easy to go to fraction. What place is this in?
10,000.
10,000s. I love it. So it'd be
192.
192,
10,000.
10,000s.
Can it be 1?
Can't you make it a mixed number?
Yeah,
192
mixed number.
over 100?
That's what he has to do, okay?
No.
You can't, because it would not be 192 over 100. If you went from this to a fraction, what would it be? 1.92. So watch this.
Man, I like math.
I would totally agree with you if it said 192%. You'd be 100% right. But this is 1.92%. So what would it be over 100? 1.92. How do you fix that? Move this over twice, so then you got to move the bottom over. There's your 192 over 10,000.
Bam.
Bam. I know it's not going to be mixed, because 1.92% is not more than 100%. 100%, what is that as a decimal? 100%. How do you write that as a decimal?
100 over 100.
I love it. So 100 over 100, which is 1. So it has to be bigger than 100% to be a mixed number, to be something that's bigger than 1. Because 100% is 1. It makes sense. 100% of something is one of those things, right? So what about this last dude?
Oh, yeah.
0.000004.
Maybe. Kind of lost you.
Move it over again.
So yeah, you got to move it once, twice. So 0.000. I'm with you now. Okay, good. And then to go to a fraction, what place is that in?
400,000.
It's not 1,000, it's more. Tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s. Crazy.
Not 4,000. 10,000.
No, because it's further over than that. Tenths, hundredths, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s. Cool.
That's a lot of zeros.
There's a lot of zeros. All right, yes, ma'am.
What's the difference between 0.03 and then the other three in the bottom? So why when we don't put 0.08?
Oh, nothing's different about it. I just,
So it doesn't matter.
you know, in general, you can put that 0 out there just to make sure that you can see the decimal. I'm just so focused on it. I'm talking about the idea. I'm not putting that 0 down there.
0.08, that's a BAC, right? Blood alcohol content?
Oh, yes.
BAC, that's a perfect percentage. You can
Yes.
take top of that, be like,
So that's the one other place in real life that you see at least decimals.
fraction.
Yes.
So if you put the 0, do we get extra points for that?
No. It's a good try.
So if we get another 0, we can give you like.
No, you can't put infinite zeros and get A plus. No. All right, so this is, we just finished section 7.1. If you'll notice, we're going to throw out section 7.3 because it's kind of like a repeat of section 7.2. And I think that's probably plenty enough for tonight. Yay. So we made it up through 7.1. We'll get back into 7.2 next time. Everybody got their, anybody not get their grade sheet?
Today I'm drinking
No, don't take it personally. There's one reason why I give these out is so I can double check and make sure I got the right stuff. Again, don't take it personally. So you should have everything up through.
We work
homework together.
So you should only be missing chapter 6.
Yeah, I don't bring up chapters. Today I'm drinking 5.6.
And Evan.
Everything is okay. 5.6 is drinking today.
Oh, okay. Oh, so these are for me.
Yes, right.
Okay.
But me, so.
Oh, Cosmic.
All right, speak of it, sure.